Right, I had the main power switch on here. Ouch. Go and hit the data system and the video system. All right, this is your monitoring screen. You can change the cameras simply by pushing this button. Do you not have camera 2 hooked up?
It's down right now.
Oh. So you have just one camera working?
Yeah.
All right. If you had the other camera working, that's how you switch between cameras. You can add lines and items to your video screen by hitting options. It's going to give you some options here. Overlay lines, they already have 2 on there. Distinct overlay for video channel, that means from camera 1 to camera 2, you can set different line patterns. Mirror channel 4, if you wanted to put a backup camera on here, you could. That could be your input 4. And you could add actually 2 more cameras to the system. You got 4 inputs. Then example warning blink, you can put limits on your paint deposition, your bead deposition. That way when you get below or above certain parameters, it'll start blinking at you as a warning that you're not putting enough paint on the ground or you're running out of beads or something. Got some presets, diagonal, a lot of kinds of stuff here. Video options, that's going to simply change the monitor, automatic gain control, smoothing, brightness and contrast. You can change all that from here. Like you're kind of grainy right now. Kind of grainy for some reason. To move that camera out, you simply hit your is that not working?
On the left one.
Lock. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Go to your setup, reset the factory defaults. If you got things set up the way you like it, you don't want to hit that because that's going to put everything back to however it was sent to you. Manage help documents. Right now all you have on here is your CVO 312 manual. Go to the back of that CVO 312, there are a USB port. If you wanted to, you could take other things from your manual and load those documents on here as well. Say if you wanted auxiliary engine information or the aeroboard information. On that jump drive that came with the truck are a bunch of PDF files. Any of those PDF files you wanted to, you could load onto this. So now you have them all on the truck right here with you all the time. Here you can import or delete whichever ones you want. Reset lines and item, takes all these lines and it gets rid of them. Diagnostics. This is something that's going to be for the skip line people and skip line people only. There used to be a way to send these up. You can't do that now, so we won't play in there. We might break something. And that's all we got there. You have your help. Go over there. And here you can view those documents that you loaded. Right now all you have is the CVO 312 manual. And you see that's in here. And you can either scroll through it or you can just page through it. Or if you know about where you want to go, you can run through it. And it's going to pop you up to where we are right now, setting up lines and whatnot on your video screen. Printing reports, anything you want to see in here, like offsets and delays. All the stuff we're going to go through today is on this manual right here for you. All right, if you want to edit a line, just touch that. Now when you touch the line, it's editable. So now you can move it. This is how you like it, that big fat line. You guys set that up, or is that something that, these two big fat lines, that's what you like on your screen? If you wanted to change that, you could take this and you could drag the end of it, do whatever you want. Change the angle of it. If you don't like what you're looking at, hit edit. You go in there, you can change the color, change the pattern to a dotted, dash, short dash, whatever you want. Here he's got a real thick one, but you can make that thinner if you wanted to. And you can make it transparent. You want to look through that line, see what's behind it, put that transparency way up to high, and you can actually see objects behind that thick line. If you wanted to get rid of it, you just hit remove. It would delete the line from the system. If you wanted to add a line, just go to options, add a line, pick the pattern, color, we'll make that one green, pick the pattern, we'll make it solid, hit OK, exit options. Now there's a new line there. Since the line is highlighted here, we can touch that line. We can move that line wherever we want to move it to. Move it up and down. If you want to have a grid, you can make this line flat. And by touching this over here, well, first of all, you can move it in small increments. By touching this, get these little arrows. Now you can move it up and down, very deft increments, so you can really hone it into where you want it to be. Hitting this side, you create a grid. Now you can take this and add lines to it. You can make them taller. You can make them peaked. So the center line gets taller. The other ones get taller but proportionally smaller than the center line. Or you can tilt them left and right to create a grid pattern you could follow. That's advantage of that would be like going around corners. You know, how many increments to move over to go around a corner to keep the guy on the back on the same line, that sort of thing. And if you don't like the grid, you just hit this button, hit remove. It's going to ask you if you want to get rid of it. You go yes, and now the grid's gone. Items, I don't see any items on here. So I don't think with your system you have the option to put speed and whatnot on here. But if you had that option, you could put a speedometer on here, put all kinds of stuff, paint deposition on here, gallon rate, put the B tank readout up here. I believe you can on the back, but you could also do that up here too if you wanted to. But that's something I think you'd have to pay for. And there you go, that's your front video screen. I'll try to put it back where I found it. Like it's in your data screen. When you're here, well, let's go back. Flex your finger. This is your main screen. As you're going down the road, it's going to show your speed, how many gallons, average gallons per mile, yellow, white, red, and your beads, pounds per gallon. Hopefully this comes on now. It's not working?
Have to hold it about 3 or 4 seconds, something like that. Yeah, there it goes.
There's a backlight option here. Put that poundage up on the screen, I believe. Used to be able to anyway. Let's see if this works for me. Might have to touch it down here. Okay. Change parameter, change item. You can go in here, change parameters. You can give it different names. Font size, unit size. Pretty much here's where you set your warning level. Right now it's set for under 5.2 pounds per gallon or over 8.8. You can set it to flash at you and tell you that you're not hitting where you want to be. Change item. You go in there. You don't like me. The yellow magic touch. Change item, go in there, you can choose any one of these things you want it to be. There's black rates, yellow rates. Elements, when you add your element system, you can watch that in here too, put a separate scale system on it. Right now you have pounds per gallon, the pounds per gallon here too. Oh, you have your tank readout here. So you get your tank readout already on there.
We wasn't for sure why this quit working.
Well, we were looking for that device on the truck earlier. We couldn't find it.
Really.
So I don't know. It used to work?
Until about 3-4 months ago.
Well, we couldn't find it. Maybe it got ripped off. Which is maybe we couldn't find it.
Something that's on the inside of the cab or the outside?
Should be right under the cab here. Doesn't seem to like mine at all. Go to your menu. Here you can add and subtract your jobs, manage your jobs. Have none selected here, but you can add and subtract jobs by pushing this button. Believe it or not. There you go. The keyboard. Even bigger than that. Well, the little keyboard there should have come up a lot bigger than that. Maybe ship this in for a tune-up, yeah. There we go. And there's also in there you can choose an operator. I'm not going to go messing with too much of that, but that's how you get in there and change all that stuff. And here they have all kinds of jobs already in here. change jobs, all you do is touch it with the right finger. It'll change jobs for you. Here we get sensors. Sensors should pick up the sensors that we have. Transfer data. You can download your information. Either upload it to Skipline or you can download it to a jump drive. Batch entry, you can choose, if you choose to enter the batch of material being used, a paint batch or bead batch, you can enter that there and have it show up on your report. You can add comments. You know, say you hit a big pothole, a mile marker 27, you can put that in there and go back and fix that spot, whatever they wanted to do. Setup would be nice to get into.
Humidity, maybe? I don't know.
Could be the temperature too. Here you can import setups. You can set up parameters on a jump drive and import them, so you don't have to keep on setting everything back up. Logging intervals. That's going to tell you, you're going to indicate you want to collect data every half mile, every mile, every 2 miles. Just keep in mind, the more data points you pick, the bigger your report's going to be. Truck configuration in there, you just pick a truck name, that sort of thing. Video overlay.
I don't know what the deal is.
You can set up your screen right now with your speed. This is for the screen up in front. No, it's for the screen here, all the different things that you want to. Now here you can add items. Right now you have max items in the bottom, but you can add other items to those bars in the front. Right now we're looking at white gallon per mile, yellow mills. Locations 2 and 5 are empty. Location 3 and 4 here are empty. The white mills and beads gallons per mile. On the bottom line you got parameters, clear parameters. So you can change the whole layout of that screen. I'm not going to start touching a lot of stuff because things are like messed up. I don't want to mess it up like forever. But all the stuff's in that manual that you have in the front there. So you can change all these things to show what you want to show. And actually should be able, if you want to just change a job instead of going through the menu, you should be able just to touch that and change your job rather than go through that whole menu. Change your symbols, change your dates. I don't think you can add
Yeah, I think there was an ad on jobs. Like we wanted to add another location.
Yeah. I think that line might be full. Should be able to add one up here. I think that one's full. You can only add so,
okay. Add another.
You could add another item up there if you wanted to. So you can see more things, but you got pretty much got it covered here. Gallons per mile. The only thing you don't have is your mill thickness, which you can calculate because you have stroke counters on your pumps, and you get your mag wrap, so you can actually calculate mill thickness. Put that up there so you know if you're going too fast, It'll show thin mills, you know, you can
Yeah,
slow the truck down.
Let's put that on there. Up here somewhere.